You may have recently noticed some TV commercials talking about television signals going 100% digital sometime next year. The federal government ordered the change from analog to digital, but many people aren't sure why it's happening or how it's going to affect them. Christian Farr is here with more. Christian, why is the transition causing all this confusion?
Well, I think it's because the information is trickling out now, and we're beginning to see a lot of those commercials on television. And for instance, a lot of people are misinformed. For example, a lot of people thought that we're going to switch to high definition, myself included, and that's just not the case. That's not what's going on. And the confusion does not stop there. A lot of people aren't sure if they have to buy a new TV to be in compliance. For most viewers around the country, tech experts say you shouldn't have to do a thing in order to keep your TV from going to black.
The Republican National Committee.
In a year, television as we know it will change, and there is a chance your picture could match the recent weather. Midnight, February 17, 2009 is when television signals around the country go 100% digital. The upcoming change is creating a lot of questions, one of which is, why is this happening?
Have you heard about why the government's doing this?
Not really.
I have no clue.
Not really. I would guess that it would just so that the television would get a better picture.
Even the federal government, the entity behind this switch from analog to digital, has admitted during many of its consumer education workshops that confusion about the transition is growing.
People are massively confused, with a quarter of respondents to the Consumers Union survey saying they think all non-digital television sets are going to have to be thrown into the garbage. Others probably think the converter box will give them high-definition programming.
Even though a digital television signal provides better picture quality than analog, it's not the main reason why the federal government has mandated the change.
The reason that we're going through this is because the federal government is trying to make a little cash by reclaiming a bit of the airwaves, and B, make room for first responders.
Eric Gwynn and Eric Benderoff are technology columnists at the Chicago Tribune and also host a tech blog on the paper's website, aptly called Eric 2.0. Gwynn says the federal government wants to use that freed up analog space mainly for law enforcement and emergency personnel so they can communicate more easily during a crisis situation.
We saw with 9/11 that first responders need better ways to communicate with one another. So with more of the spectrum space, they'll be able to do that.
Once the transition takes place, TV stations like our own station, WTTW, will just transmit a digital television signal. Ron Yurgovich is our director of engineering.
WTTW began broadcasting a digital signal in April of 2002. In order to do that, we've had to basically replace all of our analog plant. This facility you see behind me now has only been in place since 2005, and this is all brand new equipment, all digital equipment.
Even though a transition like this one can cost a station millions of dollars, there are benefits. And one of those benefits is something called multicasting.
We are able to, in the same channel allocation that we broadcast our one channel 11 analog channel, we're able to broadcast 4 separate independent program streams. Each one has different programming on it, so there's more to watch. The other benefit is quality. The first channel is high definition, and it's 10 times clearer and crisper. The pictures are just beautiful. The other channels are of a standard definition, so they're the same number of lines as the analog channel, but it lacks the ghosting and the fuzziness that's so normal in what people see today.
There is also another question people might have about the digital conversion, and that's whether their old TV will work after February 17th, 2009. Or will they have to go out and spend a whole lot of money on a new television?
I probably have to buy 2 or 3 TVs because I have 2 or 3 now.
I've heard both, that you've had to buy a new television set and also that you have to get a new box.
And then you got to change your TV, you got to throw it away and everything. But I don't know if it's true, maybe it's true, I don't know.
No one needs to buy a new TV with this transition, and that's where some of the confusion is coming from. Your existing TV, everyone's existing TV, even if you have a little old black and white set in the kitchen that you just use to watch cooking shows, it'll still work. You won't need to replace it.
When the digital conversion takes place, all analog-only TVs should continue to work if you subscribe to either cable or satellite TV services. Benderoff says the people who really need to take action are the ones who only received their television signal over the air and did not invest in a television with a built-in digital tuner.
The reality is, again, other than a converter box, if you have an old analog TV set and you're not getting your signal from the cable company, you really don't need to do a thing. You just need to get that converter box, and the government is going to help you get that.
This is the converter box Benderoff is talking about. It attaches to your analog television, which then allows it to receive a digital signal. The boxes retail for between $40 to $60, and the federal government is offering everyone 2 $40 coupons per household to help offset the cost.
We have a lot of customers that are scared if they need to buy a new television.
Kathy Valencia is with Best Buy, one of several retailers who sell the digital converter boxes and accept the coupons from the federal government's program. Valencia says if you do decide to buy a new TV,
but it doesn't have to be a very expensive television like an LCD or a plasma. It could be a standard tube TV that has a digital signal.
If you're still confused by all of this, Tribune's Eric Gwynn believes you shouldn't worry too much. He says as we get closer to February 17, 2009, more will be done to get the word out about this transition.
For most people, this won't be as big of a deal as it will be if you're in a rural area or if you're on a reservation or somewhere like that where you don't have ready access to cable television or to satellite television. But for the most of us, just sit back, relax.
Now, you can apply for the $40 coupons for a digital converter by going online. You can find that link to that site on our website, WTTW.com, and click on Chicago Tonight. You can also get the coupons by calling this number. It's 888-D as in dog, TV 2009, or 888-388-2009. That number should be on your screen. If you still have questions about this conversion, send them to us. I'll do my best to answer them. The email address is chicagotonight@WTTW.com.
Christian, just to be clear, the people who really have to worry are people who don't have cable, don't have one of those satellite dishes, just operate off an antenna on their roof or rabbit ears, have an analog television set, and nothing inside that set to convert the signal to a digital signal.
That's true. If you have a 20-year-old television, most likely it doesn't have a digital tuner inside of it. Order the converter box, get the coupons, sign up for them, take it to the store. They'll charge that coupon so you get the $40 off. Like I said, they come to be about $60. And so you might pay $20, you might pay $10. It depends on where you go. You can get them at Circuit City, Best Buy, or even Walmart, or a number of other places.
Well, if you've got one of those TV sets, you can always crank up your Victrola for fun. I understand you already have received some viewer mail.
Yeah, we've already gotten 3 questions, and here's one really briefly. Somebody had asked about an outdoor antenna. No cable, older televisions, and the question was, will I need to get a converter box or will the outdoor antenna continue to suffice? Probably this person is going to have to get a converter box to convert that digital signal.
All right, Christian, thanks very much.